shaping those business to trade outcome as well. But what we are excited about is the state-to-state opportunities as well, across infrastructure, across manufacturing, across those more modern sectors, the sunrise sectors, including clean energy and skill development as well, which is very rightly so very important. And very pleased when the minister highlighted that the portfolio he holds is human resource development. It's also sustainable development focused on those new skills and also uplifting the whole society as well. So definitely a conscious sustainable development and enriching those talents as well, where Australia and India can partner. So really acknowledge and really keen to hear, and I'm sure all of you you are excited as well. I must be honest that when we were putting together this event, we are cognizant that it is a Diwali day, but I'm really pleased that we've got overwhelming support. I wish you all well, and hopefully you can get back to your prayers and also be with the family later in the evening. So without much ado, and I will continue to facilitate this evening, I will now invite, and I thank all of you. What I would do is, if I can also acknowledge the support from Aruna Chandrala ji, wherever you are, Aruna. Yeah, you are here. We might just do a token of welcome for the two guests we have. If I can invite the Honourable Minister. And if I can invite Minister and the Giles as well. Thank you all. We'll kick off without much ado. If I can invite the Honourable Warren Kirby MP, the co-chair of Parliamentary Friends of India, New South Wales, and member of Riverstone, to offer his remarks and his welcome as well on behalf of the Parliament.
Shukti Vivali. I think that's how we should start this evening's proceedings. I would also like to acknowledge that we are meeting here this evening on the land of the Gadigal people, and who are the original custodians of this region of Sydney, one of the very first places in all of Australia to be colonised. And we are meeting in the oldest parliament in New South Wales, and I extend my respects to elders past and present and any people of Aboriginal heritage that may be with us. Meeting here in Australia's oldest parliament, the People's Parliament, specifically in this room, the Jubilee Room, is just as auspicious in some ways as the day that we are celebrating. Up above us we have the Greek goddess of knowledge, who looks down on us and reminds us that knowledge is the mother of wisdom and virtue. This occasion that we're talking about, we're celebrating. Many people tonight, I'm sure, will pray to the goddess Lakshmi for prosperity, and we know that this all comes as a response of lifelong learning, of making sure that we get to know one another, and all of that comes through education. So to be in this room on this day for the meeting that we're having is something that can tell us about the things that are all coalescing to make sure that this relationship between India and Australia really kicks off. And there are many, many ways in which we complement one another in this relationship. I should acknowledge we have some MPs in the room. We have Justin Clancy hiding over the back there, who's just joined us. We have Karishma Kalyanda, who are my parliamentary colleagues here. Special thanks to Minister Giles for bringing Minister Lokesh to visit us in this wonderful occasion. Your very first visit. I hope that it is better than your US experiences. But when we think about what we need to do in these bilateral ties, how we need to come together, of course there are many avenues in which Australia and India complement one another. Of all of the relationships we have with different countries around the world, the bilateral relationship between India and Australia is in many ways the ones where we have the most commonality and the most touch points of connection. If we talk specifically about education, there are many ways in which our two countries can work together for mutual benefit. We have some of the most advanced educational systems in the world here between our university sector and our TAFE sector. We also have some of the most stringent requirements and regulations when it comes to everything from construction through to all of the rules and regulations required to build things, which means that our education system, both in a formal academic sense, is very, very strict in the pass and fail, and it also means that the industry learning is very, very high as well. So by allowing a system, for example, where we use New South Wales TAFE or we use our university sector to help train people on the ground in India to come to Australia to learn skills and trades, we can benefit the human resources that are available in India, and we can also go some way towards addressing some of the skill shortages that we see in Australia across multiple sectors, whether that is in the construction industry, as I mentioned earlier, whether that's in medicine or whether that's in IT or other sectors. All of these things start from a good foundation of collaboration between our two nations and with the education sector. I am fortunate enough to represent a diaspora that has the largest number of, or should say, an electorate that has the largest number of people from the Indian diaspora. It's the largest and fastest growing. We have the most amount of Hindi speakers. And I can tell you from experience that as that population has grown, this population has shifted over the last 10 years or so from a largely Anglo community, small, almost rural on the outskirts of northwest Sydney, to now having tens of thousands of people, and the vast majority of people who are coming in are from the Indian diaspora. Now, during that period of population growth, what we have seen is an unusual phenomenon where our unemployment rate has plummeted. We have now one of the lowest unemployment rates. In fact, my electorate enjoys almost half of what is surrounding me. We have seen a significant drop in the rates of crime and criminality, and we've also seen a significant increase in educational outcomes. And this has come about not despite the population that we've seen, but because of that. And so then we go back to how all of this works together with these complementary attributes that we have between Australia and India, and why it is a natural fit for the two of us to be together. And at the risk of stepping on the Minister's toes here about the foundations that were laid with the bilateral trade agreements, but they are the foundations that were laid, and it's incumbent upon states to then start building upon that to grow. When we're looking at economies that are approaching into the trillions of dollars, when we look at the way that Australia can complement that, whether it's with education, whether that's with raw materials, either in the mining sector or in our agricultural sector, whether we're looking towards things like the technology that we use in farm and agriculture here, and how that can be transported and utilised in India, and the production, manufacturing capabilities in India, the way to take innovation into commercialisation in India, it means that there are enormous amounts of opportunity for both Australian businesses and Indian businesses to work together, not for the benefit of one individual company, and certainly not in a purely transactional sense, but in a mutually beneficial way where we can genuinely come together and work together to grow the economies of both countries and to uplift the opportunities that exist for our relative populations. So I'm very, very excited about this evening. I'm very, very excited to listen to the wisdom of the ministers that have come here to join us. And thank you so much to the industry partners. Thank you to AIBC, Irfan in particular, for all his tireless efforts in making these connections happen. And for the people who are in the room here today who are going to make this happen, we have now that we have reached India as being the second highest migration rate, we have built